everyone. Today's session will be a continuation from the YouTube session we did previously on common issues surrounding e-invoicing. So in the previous session, we spoke about issues surrounding directors' fees, related party transactions, and staff claims. So for today's purpose, let's talk about self-billed e-invoices. This is a new requirement where now businesses are required to issue self-billed e-invoices for their expenses. All this while, they are used to issuing invoices only for those income items. But now, under the e-invoicing regime, there are certain type of expenses where you need to issue self-billed e-invoices. The common type of transactions that you can see is that the payments you make to individuals who are not conducting business, payments made to agents, dealers, distributors, payment to foreign parties, and also for certain type of interest payments. The next question that everyone will have is that what is the timing of issuance? When should I issue those self-billed e-invoices when I have those type of transactions? Typically, if you look at the rules and regulations of e-invoicing, there's no specific time frame to issue e-invoices except for consolidated e-invoice, self-bill e-invoice for importation of goods and services, and foreign income. So for today's purpose, let's look at the timing of issuance for self-billed e-invoice for importation of goods and importation of services.
Let's look at the first one, timing of issuance of self-bill e-invoice for importation of goods. Okay, so for importation of goods, you need to issue the self-bill e-invoice latest by the end of the second month following the goods are cleared. So for example, if you have obtained the customs clearance in March, you need to issue the self-bill e-invoice by end of May.
The second scenario is for self-billed e-invoice for importation of services. For this, you need to issue the self-bill e-invoice latest by the end of the month following the month you receive the invoice or you are making the payment for foreign vendor. For example, if you have received the e-invoice in March and you made the payment in April, the due date to issue the self-bill e-invoice by end of April. Finally, let's look at the timing of issuance for consolidated self-billed e-invoice. So for this, you need to issue within 7 days after the month end. And one last reminder on consolidated self-bill e-invoice. So for those who are not ready and are utilizing the 6-month relaxation period, for now you will be consolidating the self-bill e-invoice for all self-bill scenarios. But please note that after the 6-month relaxation period, this will not be allowed because consolidated self-bill e-invoice will only be allowed for certain type of self-bill scenarios. Please look at the rules carefully and make sure you follow the laws surrounding self-bill e-invoice and consolidated self-bill e-invoice. Otherwise, it will go wrong and you may face penalties. We'll catch up in the next session. Thank you.